Mossberg 940 JM Pro. We're 850 rounds in. Been keeping track of it. As you can see, we started this on the 3rd month of 23. So it's likely that it's going to be a year better, which we predicted it probably would be before we get the full 1,500 rounds through this thing. I'm really concerned about it, the length. I'm not concerned so much about putting the 1,500 through it, but the length of time that it has been sitting between each one of those. So far, we've not had a single malfunction through the 850, but we do have a safety that's not working.
We lost it.
So, you know, once we get all these through there, I guess we'll get it sent back to Smith. We'll get it. We done did so many gun reviews today. We'll get it sent back to Mossberg.
We'll send it to somebody.
We'll send it to somebody and get it fixed. That's what we'll do. So today I'm just gonna put as many rounds as I can. We've been shooting a bunch of 10mm. Just gonna put as much as I can through it till my shoulder gets tired. We'll let Trey do the same. Try to get to 1,000, maybe a little more, and try to get this thing over with for you guys.
I know a lot of you guys have commented before that you like how we don't cut cameras, so we try to stay consistent with that, especially in the shotgun review, because, you know, if something happens, if it does fail, we want you guys to basically be there with us when it does happen.
We don't want you to think we cut camera and lying about it.
Right, and that safety, you guys saw it in one of our past videos when it did fail. We can take you to the exact round when it gave out.
Because we always, you know, put the safety on when we were loading up, but kind of a mute point now, but we're aware of it.
So if this is your first time tuning into our Mossberg 940 JM Pro video, what we're doing is we're running it through a 1,500 round test. They claim that you can put 1,500 rounds to it with no malfunctions whatsoever. So when we heard that, we had to hop on that bandwagon, that bus, and actually see if that is true. I mean, guns nowadays have break-in periods, so we wanted to, you know, trust but verify, essentially. And that's what we're doing.
I got this Jerry going on right here.
That's pretty smooth.
So we had, could have been me though, I'll be honest with you. Had a little bit of a feed thing there, but I wasn't holding it very well. Now we got 2 of them.
Were you holding it better that time?
Probably, yeah.
Well, the good thing about this channel is you get 2 different reviewers.
That's right. Oh, here we go.
Looks like we're not going to be able to put as many as we want to through it.
Well, it is, well, you see what we're shooting, the Winchester here.
We're shooting Winchester Super X game loads, 2 3/4, 1290 velocity.
Like I said though, it has been a long day. So we had 3 failure to eject, that's what I'm gonna call it. It certainly didn't feed, but it's because the round did not eject. Let me try to hold it a little tighter here. So we got one there. Looks like that was on the last round. It did fire, it just didn't eject. So I don't know. We might start having some stuff going on here now.
You know, we didn't want it to fail, certainly, because it's a gun that we bought, or Gene bought with his own money.
Right. $1,000, so you know, we didn't want there to be no problem.
Just like all the other guns that we review, you know, we put our own money into buying these guns, so we don't want them to fail.
Have we shot the Winchester through it before?
Yes, we have.
Definitely not me. I definitely got a hold on it. One thing I can say for sure is I'm not going to go the 1,500 round mark doing that right now.
We're going to be here all day. This is going to be a 50-minute video.
So, here's what we're going to do. I think that it has begun to fail. We don't have any other brand of ammo out here to test. So, can't say I know, because people often say, well, it's the ammunition that you're using. I put 50 rounds through it before we got to 900. We started having whatever the heck's going on here today. I'm not totally sure. You can see how filthy this thing is. So the only thing that I can really do is tear it down
And clean it.
Tear it down, see how dirty it is, show some, some photos of that.
We'll put those up in this video, since this was a video we experienced failure.
Clean it up real good. Get it reamed out, get the barrel clean, get all the internals clean, get everything oiled up, and try again. It said that it could do that without being cleaned. I'm not totally sure if it said without being oiled. I don't really know. Let's try to drop a few drops of oil in here. I want to give it the best opportunity I can. I put a bunch of oil in there, but usually you want to avoid doing that because that actually collects dirt. Let's put a little drop or two down in there. Let's just do it,
Make it oily.
Let's try one more. See if maybe it needs some oil. But again, what I'm inclined to do, if it keeps on doing this, is to tear it down, clean it up, bring it out to the range, back out to the range with the same ammo, see if it continues to do it. If it does, then I'll say it wasn't from the dirt, it was just the gun itself.
Barrel clamp's holding up good.
Yeah, the Nordic barrel clamp is doing great. So yeah, that's what we'll do if it does it again. We'll get it cleaned up real good, get back out to the range, put the same ammunition through it. If it performs flawlessly, then we know it was just because of the dirt. Which in my mind, I can't say that you won't be able to put 1,500 rounds through it in one sitting. If you were just handing it off to different people to do it all in one sitting, you may be able to do that. Again, we started this in March of
2023.
And this is January, late January of 24. So it's almost been a year. It has set up a lot, so I'm sure that the carbon and everything that's built up in there is probably pretty stiff at this point. Let's see if the oil helps any at all. Hopefully it will. So just to rule out the shooter, I'm gonna let Trey shoot it, because I have been taking a pounding today. Well, we both have. We'll let Trey load her up. Just to take the shooter out of the equation. You don't have that Jerry thing going on.
No, I need some practice.
So it done it again?
Yeah. So that's twice it happened to me. Oh, that was the last one.
Well, I guess go ahead and finish off that box. So that means we'll have 3 boxes through it, which would be, what, 150 rounds on top of 850? What would that be?
No, that'll be
25. I was 75.
75 rounds on top of 850. So
925. And again, I'm trying to be fair. It has sat for almost a year during all of that, so that's good though. I mean, I get to get home, get to get it cleaned up. I don't think it would happen to both of us. I mean, we both shot a lot today, but
it's the same kind of failure.
Yeah, it's the same kind of failure,
different
right?
failures. So I think it's the consistency of that failure
right
proves that the same thing's going on. So
that's right. I agree with that.
We'll put up some pictures of everything once we get it torn down, cleaned up a little bit.
I'm gonna tear it down like it ain't never been tore down, and I'll put up pictures of how everything looks. Get it cleaned up really, really good. I'm not ready to write it off. I mean, it has went 900 and some odd rounds without a single cleaning or oiling in almost a year's time. So, and it is the softest shooting semi-automatic 12 gauge I've ever shot. So if I get it tore down, cleaned up really, really well, and come back out here and it performs lights out like it had been before that, then we just know that, hey, it needed to be cleaned.
Right.
And maybe it could go through 1,500 rounds without being cleaned, but maybe in one sitting, or maybe 2 sittings, maybe not over a year's time, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that might become a problematic, but either way, we'll get that cleaned up for you, see how it does. I still like the shotgun. Get it back, get that safety fixed. I don't know what the heck happened to that thing, but
it just gave out. It's not safe anymore.
Somebody said it was plastic, and that's the reason it failed. And I agreed, because I wasn't with the gun when they said that. But it's not plastic; it's definitely metal. So I don't know.
Maybe the internals. Who knows? We'll find out. We'll let you guys know. Stay tuned for the update.